Chieftain Ralph here, once again with my wife, Lannon.
It's me.
We're going to start out today with a story. And sometimes my stories turn into 12 stories, so buckle up. It's going to be a fun ride. And I don't care what your map says. It's my taxi, and we're going where I say. And it'll tie into what we're going to be cooking today. Don't worry. The point's there. It'll be there. So I was waxing nostalgic the other day, as I often do, and thinking about when I was a younger, dumber chieftain. And I lived around the corner from a local pub. And when I say local, I mean real neighborhood kind of place. We all walked there. Almost all the patrons used to walk there nightly. Every night was our ritual. Everyone walked to this pub. And I say pub, it was more of a bar because there was no kitchen. There was all it was a bar. And there was there was a side room in a bar, but no one got to hang around the side room because there was usually a card game going on. They had a pool table. You couldn't use it because your sticks will hit the walls. And they had one arcade game. It was golf that everyone used to like playing and taking bets on their shots. So real small neighborhood joint everyone would go to, and we all walked there. And every once in a while, we were mostly young, single, or at least not married guys hanging around this place. There were some women there. They were mostly the bartenders would hang out there when they weren't working. In fact, the side room, sometimes they couldn't have the card games because someone wanted to watch, what was that show? Extreme Home Makeover. Like, I'd walk in and everyone would be watching the football game at the little 32-inch TV at the bar, trying to squint and see what's going on, because Deb's watching Extreme Home Makeover on the big screen in the side room, and the guys are itching to play cards, and you don't screw with Deb when she's watched Extreme Home Makeover. So, I mean, toxic masculinity was not a problem at this place, okay? Like, we let the women watch their show. So, real small joint. Bunch of mostly single guys who like to cook, which always worked out. Every once in a while, someone would make up a whole batch of fried peppers or sausage and meatballs and sauce or greens or something, and they bring it down to the bar because you can't just fry up one pepper. You know, you get a bushel of them for $1, so you're frying up peppers. What else you gonna do with them? You're single. You bring them to the bar where you are every night, and then we'd all get to eat. Well, you can't eat peppers. If someone fries up peppers or greens or, again, sausage and meatballs, they make up a whole mess of sauce. You got to have bread. So, again, we all walked there. No one's walking home to get in their car. None of us should have drove anyway, which is why we all walked, right? No one's trying to straighten out their eyes to go drive to the bakery to go get a loaf of bread. So we'd call the pizza joint across the street, or sometimes, I mean, the owner was usually in the bar anyway. So we go, hey, go throw in a couple of pizza shells for us. And he would. Or when we called, they would. Hey, throw in a couple pizza shells, and that's all they do. They throw in the shells, no pizza, no sauce, no nothing.
Just a plain shell.
Roll out some shells, and this place is still the best pizza joint in the world. I say it's the best pizza joint in town. It's the best pizza joint in the world. Not in my opinion. That's a fact.
I agree.
I will fight you for that.
I will second.
It's the kind of pizza joint you can't order a sheet pizza the day of, or you can't put in a big order because they make their dough fresh every day.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you got to order ahead of time so they know to make extra dough. Good pizza. So they throw in a couple of shells for us, bring it over, and it was like the closest thing to a medieval feast you can have in a local neighborhood shitty bar that you could, because we'd have a giant thing of fried peppers or greens or sauce or whatever, and we'd be ripping up hunks of bread because you got to zap up all the good stuff, and we'd be eating and drinking and being merry. It was so nostalgic and so fun, and I miss those days so much, and I was waxing nostalgic thinking about it, and I had an aha moment. And this is probably, you're going to go like, yeah, I've done this, or yeah, you're stupid, I don't know. I was like, the pizza dough. They baked the pizza dough. Now, being a pizza joint, they still rolled it out they could have rolled it out in any shape. They could have thrown a hunk of dough in there. Pizza dough is just bread dough.
Mm-hmm.
It's just bread.
Yeah.
What an easy way to make bread at camp. Now where we are, I don't know where everyone is geographically speaking. Where we are, you can go to any supermarket, pretty much any, I don't want to say corner store, but pretty much any store and buy a pound of pizza dough.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone sells, again, not to, geolocate us to, but Price Chopper, Tops, PNC, not PNC, PNC is Tops.
PNC,
Wegmans.
Wegmans.
We have a local place called Lincourt. I call it the secondhand food store. They have pizza dough. Or you can go where we are in any bakery.
Yeah.
Bakeries sell pizza dough near us. You can go buy pizza dough, bring it with you camping, and make Viking flatbreads. You can make medieval pasties. You can for any reenactment, any public-facing event, any private-facing event. Maybe you're doing something quick on Friday, or maybe it's you just don't feel like making flatbreads at camp.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you're mundane camping. Maybe you're just camping with the kiddos and you want something fun and you want to make pizza pockets, right?
Yeah.
It's not the easiest thing to make a pizza, and that's it. We generally think of pizza dough. Well, you make pizza with it. It's just dough. You can make anything with it. You can make little pizza pockets, pizza balls, whatever. Traditionally, if you're not making pizza with it, in my family, you're making pizza frite. We call it pizza frite. Pizza frite. It's just fried pizza dough. You can make that at camp. You can make so many things out of this dough that you could just go buy dough.
Yeah, and it's a nice pre-made dough. You don't have to fuss with mixing the yeast and everything. Is it going to rise? Is it not going to rise? Take all the guesswork out of it. But it's a little nicer than... No, don't get me wrong. I love pop can dough when it's time for a pop can biscuit. Or making the tiny hot dogs wrapped in...
Oh, I love the little, with the
crescent
cocktail
rolls.
frags.
Yes.
The big ones are good. I like the little ones.
But when you want something more bread-like...
More bread, more real.
But you can still
And
throw a bag
something
of it in your cooler.
That looks better, right?
Yeah.
You're popping cans. Everyone recognizes that. You
Yeah.
know? Pizza dough just looks like dough.
Yeah.
And there's a million things out there on what to do with pop biscuits. I mean, they sell the crescent roll dough without the lines. They sell it as just a sheet of dough now, right? If you want to go do that, that's fine.
They also sell it pre-cut for corn dogs, which cracks me up.
No, that stuff's where I draw the line. We're not doing that on this channel.
No.
So the point was, I wanted to do stuff with store-bought pizza dough. It has been such a hectic week, and my brain's been so frazzled, I still ended up making dough. I still kept forgetting to go buy it. So, if you can grab one.
Of course.
We still ended up making the dough, which you can also do. You can make it ahead of time and bring it with you and make something out of it. And that's what we're going to do today. Again, this is at home, this would be easy, right? You got everything, you got your counter space and you got your stove, and then you're going to make things and we're going to pop it in the oven or you're going to fry it. We're doing it at camp. We've never done this before.
No,
This
very
might
much
be
not.
a stupid idea. This might turn out disastrously. Who knows? We're going to try it for you fine folks and see how far we get. Today we're playing with pizza dough.
With pizza dough.
Alright, so we're going to start sauteing and do a quick saute on our mushroom and spinach for our pasties. And again, we're using canned. The whole point of this is simple, easy stuff to do at an event or a demo. If you're at a public-facing demo, empty the can out ahead of time, throw them in some fancy bowls, and then you can cook and all the people go, ooh, ah. But if you're just mundane camping or cooking at Penzic or Gulf Wars, or you just want to do some fire cooking, this is an easy way to do it. You don't have to worry about them going bad, spoiling, getting moldy.
Taking up room in your cooler.
Taking up room in your cooler. Cans are easier. It's not economical. These things are more expensive than fresh these days.
These
which
days,
kinda
yeah,
blows
we were
my
just
mind.
talking about
yeah,
it.
It kind of blows my mind. So, depending on your situation, might be worth the extra couple of bucks, or as we discovered, sometimes $1 a pound to buy the canned. And they stack so nice in your car.
Right.
Especially if you have a big camp and you buy the number 10 cans. Oof,
Yeah.
we've done that. So why don't you go ahead and throw them in the pan and cook those up. Obviously, canned versus fresh has a different flavor. We're going to give it a shot. There we go. Popeye would be proud. Yeah, the whole point. Quick and easy and simple. Not always quick. Even canned mushrooms take an extra minute. But easier, quicker.
Some of the work's already done.
Easier, yeah. They're cut up. They're ready to go. You plop them in there. We're going to try to get some flavor on those.
I did bring some spices and seasoned salt, so we can give them a little extra. Spinach and mushrooms, both of them don't, especially canned, don't have a ton of flavor all on their own.
Different flavor.
Different flavor.
They have a different flavor.
There we go.
We already had some grease in the pan, so this isn't a dry pan. I don't want to go, oh, you just throw them in a pan. No.
Oh, yeah,
we
no.
had some grease in there.
We did. We sprayed them down a little bit while they were preheating. Our cast irons are well loved, so they have a pretty good coating all on their own.
They're pretty well seasoned, and even though you drain them, there's always some liquid in there.
Oh, yeah.
So it's essentially what you're doing when you're using canned is steaming them in their own liquids a little bit. But they're still going to be nice, and again, we're going to throw them in some cheap pizza dough and try cooking them and see what happens. I'm sure they're going to be delicious, or at least be edible and taste like food. Who's going to complain at camp?
No.
We have a sign in our camp, the next one to complain cooks next, right?
Eat it or starve.
Eat it or starve. Today's menu, eat it or starve. Whoever complains cooks next. I like those signs.
I think that was an Aunt Sandy one. Our dill salt has traveled
Clumpy?
a lot. A
I'm
little
sure.
clumpy.
I'm sure. The humidity. So again, this is supposed to be store-bought dough. We ended up making dough, but it shows the versatility of pizza dough.
Yes.
You can make it ahead of time. You can buy it. That was supposed to be the point. You just go buy a whole mess of dough, use some canned vegetables, make some stuff. We're going to prep it as in, hopefully roll it into smaller usable pieces. Might be sticking to the bag. I've made a big batch of unusable dough.
It's coming off. Here.
So, we have parchment paper, which is like the secret.
Our handy dandy friend. Yeah, the tear strip on that is not great.
No. But, it will help us press out our dough.
So we're just pressing them flat-ish.
Yeah, we're going to press them flat and hopefully press them flat and cut them into usable pieces. I cut our big ball of dough into 8 smaller pieces of dough. We didn't bring a rolling pin. That might have been a good idea.
We have these things. You could use a candle. Kidding, not kidding. It's just a round.
It's a round thing. Make do with what you got, right?
We have a lot of them too.
What we got. That's not bad.
No, that's like a flatbread.
Yeah, with pizza dough, we probably don't want it too thin.
Probably not.
Cut that into 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know what we're doing. Let's see what happens. That's the fun of this. Let's cut off a chunk of that and see how well that fries into a flatbread.
Sounds good.
What do you say?
I think we should try it.
All right.
Yeah.
First thing we're going to try doing with our pizza dough is just cooking pizza dough. We're going to try throwing it in a pan and making a easy version of flatbreads. Flatbreads have been used for thousands of years. Thousands of years ago, man realized our stomachs can't handle raw grain. We have to cook it. It's almost a form of pre-digestion. And we've been doing it so long, we've evolved to cook wheat and grain. So we've been cooking our glutens for thousands of years. Let's see if we can do it with store-bought pizza dough. or what should be store-bought pizza dough. Again, I ended up making this, but don't judge me. So we're gonna fry this up like a flatbread. Let's see what happens. So already, this pan has been over coals for several hours. Ooh, it's already starting to bubble, which is nice. I have a feeling we're gonna flip this frequently. Yeah, and keep it going. Yeah. Ooh, that's interesting. It's not done. We're gonna flip it several times. Unless it explodes. It looks like it might explode. Let's see what happens. It's like the experiment. Is this gonna work for making pasties and pockets if it's gonna do that? I don't know. We got some good salami. You could also use pepperoni. Pepperoni actually being a very American thing. They don't have pepperoni in Italy. But it's such a popular pizza topping over here, but try it with salami or cavagol or supersad.
Yeah.
The real salumi and salami of Italy.
And I do have to say, usually I don't buy it pre-cut, but at our wonderful discount food store, it was actually cheaper to get it pre-cut.
From Columbus.
Not always true, though. Usually they have the really good supersad cheaper
I don't know if they're using the name Columbus to sound Italian or if they're from Columbus, Ohio.
Right? I don't know. You'd have to probably look at the back of the package.
Well, it says San Francisco.
Oh, yeah,
think it'd be Columbus. Anyway, cheese curd.
So we got some cheese curds, and then we do also have some mozzarella, whichever one you prefer.
I'm excited for that. Let's try the cheese curd.
Yeah, I know. So cheese curd, I mean, they're kind of a northern thing. We have them here in upstate New York. Thing. They're a Midwest thing, but they're popular here in New York. We get them at the farmer's market.
So wrong about these.
Oh, not sticking here. There you go. There you go.
I stopped putting parchment paper in between them because I figured they wouldn't stick, and then they stuck, and now it has holes. I'm gonna roll each individually cut one up.
I'll pull some apart while you do that.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. No, they came apart. Not
live and learn.
There we go.
You can always flour in between if you have the extra flour. Instead of the parchment paper works so great.
It is. It's a wonderful resource.
Let's do a couple of pieces of the salami. And this, we can actually open.
So those are garlic cheese curds, and I think they're local too.
Cheese curds from Vermont.
Oh,
no.
Never mind.
I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Clayton, New York.
Thousand Island. Oh, Clayton, New York. Oh yeah, out near Old Forge.
Yeah, so those are local.
That's a pretty big chunk. There we go. That's a lot of stuff. Let's see if I can
make a little pocket for it.
Okay. Yeah, we can pocket this.
Oh yeah, like a little dumpling.
Yeah, that's essentially what we're making. Is that what pasties are? The difference between pizza dough and like a pastry dough, a pie crust, or a biscuit dough, you could use a biscuit dough, is the lipid. It's the fat. You don't put oil or anything in these, or lard or fat. It's just, water, flour, and a little yeast. So,
and salt.
And salt. So it is what it is. Let's try some mozzarella.
Heck yeah.
Of course, melty. And these are great. And here's the fun part. We're not going to know what any of this is.
No, when we eat them, it's going to be a surprise.
But here's going to be the fun part. We're going to do some of these just mozzarella. Ooh, that's a watery mozzarella.
Those are watery.
We're going to do just some cheese. We're going to do some cheese and salami and see what happens. And that's the fun part. If you're just going camping and you buy a pound of pizza dough, oh, it's pre-sliced.
It is pre-sliced.
This is weird. I don't know if I like
weird.
this. We'll see. If you're going camping with the kiddos, you can make little pizza pockets.
Right?
Isn't that fun?
Everybody can make their own.
Yeah, everyone can make their own, and you can all put them together, and you can make little pepperoni. Again, you could buy pre-sliced pepperoni and make little pizza pockets. And the kiddos could have fun putting them together. And everyone could have fun cooking them and eating them. And you can get a little can of sauce and dip in. And have a lot of fun with it. Oh, is this just the regular old fried one, huh? It burnt.
It did get a little burnt on the bottom while we were playing around.
Deliciously burnt.
You love the burnt bits.
I do. Try to find a not burnt bit to try.
I'm gonna take the not burnt bit. But, oh man, so crispy. I mean, but it tastes good. So I think if we had stabbed, once it started to puff, stabbed it so the steam came out, it would have made a little more of a flatbread. So we'll have to watch these as they cook. And if we poke them as they cook.
Eat that burnt bit. Okay. So, just for cooking dough, for cooking some wheat stuff, that's not bad. And now we have our mushrooms and spinach. We're going to try to make some mushroom spinach pasties, which are period-ish. If you're doing a medieval reenactment or, again, an SCA demo, a very public-facing demo, this would be great for that.
Yeah, so other types of greens would be more period to the Viking era.
But again, you open your can of mushrooms, you open your can of spinach, you throw them in some bowls.
Spinach is readily available pretty much any time of year. It's accessible. A heartier green would be more period. You made it an egg roll.
I kind of made it a dumpling.
Now it's a dumpling.
Roll it a little too. There we go.
That's all right. We'll just
pizza dough wonton. Let's see what happens
around. It'll be fine.
with a pizza dough wonton. Well, I hear them going.
Yeah, they're sizzling.
The front's definitely hotter than the back, but yeah.
You're fine. You're not stuck.
Trying to maintain the fire the best we can.
It's the hardest part of the maintaining the fire is if you're also trying to do other things, it gets tricky.
You turn away for 1 second.
It doesn't take long for it to go funny.
Oh, buddy.
Ooh, look, even the cheese is brown. That's nice.
Yeah, they're not sticking.
No, they're not. And the cheese that is oozing out is getting crispy.
That means it's still going to be tasty.
Yeah.
You whining because you want some?
Probably. Alright, yeah, we'll give this batch just another minute and pull them off and put the other batch on.
Yeah.
Very good.
Sounds good. Let's see how our fake pastry / fun-filled dough things came out. Again, I have no idea what any of these are.
No.
So pretty sure this is one of our pastries. This is a random thingy. I don't know, you pick it. At least
I'll try this one. I'm going to try this one.
Want to bite in or cut into them?
Well, it's kind of warm. I'm going to... If you could cut that, please.
Let's cut a couple of these and see what we're dealing with. That appears to be... Ooh,
it's a cheese and meat.
Cheese and meat.
That one's definitely a spinach and something.
This one is a...
Mushroom?
Mushroom spinach.
It's kind of fun having mystery pastry.
Yeah, that is kind of fun. Do we know? We don't know what any of them are.
No. That one's got
one
cheese
more.
in it. I can tell because it's leaking out the side.
It leaked out some cheese, so let's see. Cheesy something.
Oh, very
or other.
cheesy. Cheesy spinach.
So let's see how our random fun cheap experiment did.
That's good. What'd you get? Mushroom?
Mushroom spinach pasty.
This one's salami and garlic cheese. It tastes like. That's good.
So if we're having had the real thing, this isn't bad. we want to do quick mushroom pasties at camp.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a great approximation.
Mm-hmm.
Without having to make real pasty dough or something fussier. It's just something easy that we could throw in the cooler and bring with us.
Mm-hmm. Actually, that might be a winner.
I think so. Mm-hmm. I like the variety to it, too.
Mm-hmm. Again, you can do anything with these.
Yeah, and you can make, whatever toppings suit your fancy. That's fun, though. People can put whatever toppings they wanted in them.
Mm-hmm.
And ours came out all ridiculously shaped. I don't know that you can really tell. None of them are a perfect dumpling shape. They're all kind of misshapen, but they all cooked.
Mm-hmm.
So, you don't have to be an expert at making hand pie shapes or dumpling shapes. Put the stuffing in, fold it over, seal it enough. We had some where the cheese came out. It was fine.
It's still cooked. Again, another fun thing to do with the kiddos. Another fun thing to do at camp.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you're in Mundania or SCA or real public-facing demo type thing. Either way,
so.
this is great.
The dog agrees.
So that's all we got for you this week. Enjoy. Try playing with pizza dough over the fire.
Enjoy pizza on the fire. This was great.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Fun. A lot of fun.
I forgot my mug. Cheers.
Cheers. Sit. Good boy. Have a paw. Thank you. Other. Thank you. Okay. We're going to feed the dog because he's getting hungry, clearly.
Oh, he likes the crunchy.
He does like the crunchy.